Hello everyone, my name's Juliet Duncan and I'm going to talk to you today about curriculum and option choices. I'm one of the assistant heads at Our Ladies and I look after curriculum, timetables and options. I'm also the careers lead in school and I work closely with Hannah Rutherford, who is our careers advisor. Hannah is also available to talk to the students and advise them on option choices and careers pathways, along with Mr. Thompson, the progress leader for Year 9, who'll be happy to answer any questions as well. The aims of today's presentation are to give you information about careers, which is obviously very important when making option choices, to talk to you about the curriculum for Years 10 and 11 and what that will look like. There will obviously be compulsory subjects, we'll go through those. I'll talk you through the optional subjects as well. The students will be studying either GCSEs or BTECs or a mixture of both, and I'll explain those too, and then I'll talk to you about how to make your choices. So let's consider careers information to start with, and let's look at the pathways that are available after Year 11. So there are a number of routes that the students can take. They can either continue into sixth form, they can attend college, or they could perhaps think about doing an apprenticeship. The qualifications that are available after Year 11 will be A-levels, BTEC at level 3, or apprenticeships. Coming soon are T-levels, which combine academic study and work placement, but these aren't currently offered in North Lancashire. So while considering a choice of career and thinking about what subjects to take, it is worth looking at what's out there. If you're thinking of staying in this area, the top 5 industries in Lancashire are, as you can see, education, health and social care, financial and professional, retail, and the visitor economy. And these are the sectors that are employing the vast majority of people at the moment. We appreciate that all students are different. Some students will know exactly what they want to do following school. Some students may have a vague idea and other students won't know at all. With this in mind, we try to give Year 9 a flavour of careers around about option time, and usually we would have lots of visiting speakers in school, careers fair, etc. Now unfortunately this year we haven't been able to do that, but we have delivered careers presentations to students virtually instead. So hopefully the students will have a better idea of what's available to them and will be able to talk to you about this. And they've had information through careers presentations from Hannah, from Future You, which is a branch of UCLan in Preston. They've had a lot of focus on Careers Week on the 1st of March onwards from subject areas where subjects have talked to them about linked careers in their area, and they've had an options assembly as well to talk them through this process. So hopefully they will have a few more ideas and a few things to think about. So I'm going to take you through the curriculum for Key Stage 4 for Years 10 and 11 and tell you what's different about it. It is actually only a 20-month course. It's just a little over 5 terms if you think that exams come right at the end and take quite a long period to do. Obviously it builds on the Year 9 skills and content and everything that has gone before. Students will find a greater amount of work at a higher level throughout Years 10 and 11. And in turn that means more independent learning, more working alone. And then of course there will be mock and final examinations that the students will have to do. So in picking GCSEs or BTECs, it's really important that students take time to make choices. really having a good think about this and using as much information as they can. Sounds obvious, but choosing subjects you enjoy is a really good idea. Thinking about monitoring from years 7 to 9, obviously picking the subjects that you're good at as well as the ones you enjoy, finding out about what the course is about and knowing what the workload is. You will have a chance to speak to staff at Parents' Evening, but also we've put together a booklet for you and you'll be able to look through this and look at the descriptions for each subject area. It's really important to think ahead and think about your career options. If you've got something specific in mind, you'll need to think what subjects you need to take. Some are essential for a specific career and it's important to check. If you're not sure what career you want to take, it's good to have just a balance of subjects to keep your options open. And you've also got to think about how good you are at that subject, because a grade 4 or equivalent is normally required to enable you to study A-levels or level 3 BTEC in sixth form. So please think about those things. In Year 10, students will be placed in the Teresa pathway or the T pathway. Mother Teresa is one of our heroes of faith, as are Siena, Catherine of Siena, and St. Francis of Assisi. So students will no longer be in A or S band, but will be in T band. In Year 10, subjects tend to reset all the classes based on ability. So students may not find themselves with the exact same groups as this year. So what's going to be studied in Year 10 and 11? You have to do core subjects at GCSE. You also have to do a humanity or a language at GCSE. And then you have some options. So the compulsory GCSEs that you have to do are the following: English language, English literature, maths. Most students will do combined science, with one group doing triple science, which is biology, chemistry and physics, and these are separate GCSEs. And as we are a faith school, you will also be required to do religious education. Now, other than religious education, all these subjects, these compulsory GCSEs, are ones that the government state that are compulsory. So these are nationwide. So everyone has to do these subjects. We also have compulsory non-examinable subjects, and these are PE, personal, social, health and economic education, and sex education. Sex education is delivered mainly through RE and science, and like PSHE, is also delivered on drop-down days. Most students will also choose a humanity or a language GCSE. So students will have the choice between French, geography, history and Spanish. If students would like to take both history and geography, they are able to pick these in the option subjects. There are a small number of students who won't take a humanity or a language. And if you are one of those students, Mrs. Rowan will have spoken to you or your parents and carers already to tell you this. Instead of a humanity or a language, you'll be doing Work Skills BTEC and an IT qualification called ECDL. And so, on to the option choices. All students have a choice of 2 options, one option from A and one option from B. Students can take all GCSEs, all BTECs, or a mixture of both. And I will talk to you a little bit about GCSEs and BTECs in the next few slides. Looking at the subjects, most of the students will know, although obviously the BTECs are quite new, but this has been explained to the students in the options assembly. So they have a good idea about BTECs. And I've also included some clips that you can look at on BTECs. So you have 2 art GCSEs, one specialises in fine art, one in ceramics. You've also got 2 IT qualifications, computing and creative iMedia. If students aren't sure, they should speak to their computing teacher. And then, as I said before, if you want to pick up the extra history or geography, they are there too. Hospitality and catering at the bottom in option A is what the students will know as food. And on the right hand side, again, with PE GCSE and Sport BTEC, it is better to speak to your PE teachers to see what will suit the student best. With the booklet on curriculum and options, you can see all the descriptions of all these subjects, hopefully to help you a little more in knowing what each course is about. And if you have any questions, you can ask the subject teachers at Parents' Evening next week. Again, as we've said before, it is important to think ahead. Some A-level subjects are more frequently required for a degree than others, particularly maths, physics, biology, chemistry, history, geography, modern languages and English. If you have a career in mind, it is best to check university websites for the preferred subjects that they require. So, a reminder about GCSEs. GCSEs changed from September 16 to meet new government guidelines, and they're all examined at the end of the 2-year course now. Some subjects, a few, have internal assessment. Not many. Most it's revision at the end of the course and exam at the end of the course. They're graded now on a 9-point scale from 9 to 1, with 9 as the highest grade. And to give you an idea of requirements at A-level or level 3, at OLCC we require 5 GCSE or equivalent passes at grade 4 or higher. BTEC qualifications are vocational qualifications which combine knowledge with specific workplace skills. So for example, health and social care, the students would work on specifics relating to health and social care settings, such as health and safety. And they are designed with employers to give students the skills either to go on to further education or straight into employment. Why would you choose a BTEC then? It's something new for the students, and it is very practical and it develops skills. It can be taken alongside GCSEs. The internal assessment is very different to GCSEs. It requires organisation, discipline and the ability to meet deadlines and independent study skills. You can continue to level 3 BTEC, and in school at Our Ladies we do lots of level 3 BTECs as a continuation from level 2 BTECs. If you are a student who does not like lots of revision, then these might be the courses for you because they are assessed as you go along with a small exam at the end. Similarly, if you think about all those compulsory subjects, they are GCSEs that require revision and exam at the end of the 2 years. So if you want a balanced curriculum and you want to develop different skills, BTEC might be the choice for you. Remember, BTECs aren't the easy option. Deadlines have to be met, assignments have to be done regularly and with lots of organisation, and final grades do depend on the assessment tasks, which can only be attempted once. To help you with your choices, I've included some articles and some clips on this slide, which you can click onto, and hopefully they will give you some information to help. So you have additional information on BTECs, GCSEs, and there is also an article for parents on helping students choose their options and careers. So, what do you need to do next? We have our Parents' Evening online on Thursday the 18th of March from 4 o'clock, where you can talk to subject teachers, you can look at recent monitoring, and you can discuss what the course entails in Year 10 and Year 11. Then you would need to complete your options form online, and I'll remind you that you need to choose an option A and an option B with reserves, and then most of the year group need to choose a humanity or a language. And a final reminder that option choices are due in on Monday the 22nd of March. Good luck with those choices.